Most people get really confused about how to set up a daily plan that works for them or how to prioritize the things in life that are important to them. So there's so much stuff out there about the morning routine. The morning routine, you've got to set yourself up to win. Now, the majority of the people that are talking about this stuff don't understand human behavior. What they do is they understand what works for them and then they project that onto other people, which for some people works really, really well. For other people, it will fuck them up and it will set them up for self-sabotage, self-destruction, beating themselves up, feeling like they're not good enough, feeling like they can never stick to anything. Now, for a lot of you who are listening to this, it probably sounds like something that you've been through before. So you'll hear you've got to get up at 4 a.m. Well, why do you have to get up at 4 a.m.? Why not get up at 10 a.m.? What's the difference? But there are a lot of people out there who think that you have to get up early in order to do something great with your life. There are a whole bunch of other people as well who say things like, you have to hit the gym. Well, there are a whole bunch of people in the world that don't like going to the gym. There are also a whole bunch of other people in the world who don't have access to a gym. That doesn't mean that they can't be successful or that they can't grow or that they can't achieve. Because there are some fundamental human behavior factors that are taken out of the equation by these people. What I found was that unless you are really clear in what makes you as an individual tick and what your values are, your purpose, your mission, what are the visions that you consistently have, how to balance out all the past shit that you haven't probably dealt with, if you don't do this stuff, then you are probably going to just live life based on trial and error. So you might hear these things like, you got to get up at 4 a.m. So Monday comes, you get up at 4 a.m., you go to the gym, you exercise, you do this amazing morning routine, you have your cold shower. Well, that's great, but what happens by Thursday is that most people drop out of that. They stop having their cold shower. They can't be fucked getting up because now they're exhausted because they've probably gone to sleep too late. And then on weekends, they're going out partying and hanging out with friends and they've stuffed up their whole routine. This then causes them to beat the shit out of themselves, feel guilty, feel like they're not good enough, and then they start again the following week. And so the majority of people in our society go through this, which is why you have to be really, really clear with your success map in life if you want to achieve. So the first thing that you want to do is you really need to get clear with your values because your values make you who you are. Now, I know that I can't do much for a long period of time without having to learn, teach, or coach. And I will put myself in certain situations in order to be able to teach, learn, or coach. There are some people out there who have their highest value as family and they'll start this morning routine, they go to the gym, they exercise, and then all of a sudden something happens in their family dynamic where they have to be there for the kids. Now, if you don't understand that your highest priority in life is your family, and you're trying to prioritize other stuff over the top of family, that will only happen for a short period of time before you self-sabotage and give up on the goal of going to the gym and getting up early and so on. So your self-sabotage patterns are essentially a symptom of not knowing how to prioritize your life effectively. Now, when I speak to most people, I'll say, do you self-sabotage frequently? And they go, yes. So if most people self-sabotage their goals or they self-sabotage what they're trying to achieve or their habits, then most people don't know what they're trying to achieve in life. So they're using trial and error and they're trying things out to see if it works. And then when it doesn't work, they beat themselves up and they feel guilty and then they try something else. Now, if you do that for 40, 50, 60 years, you'll waste your life and you might not figure it out, like most people. Whereas if you're smart, you'll go and get really, really clear with your values because you know that they're your priorities. I know that I go for a very short period of time and I have to learn, I have to grow, I have to coach, I have to be around people. I also know that I have to spend time with people. So sitting in an office all day long for an extended period of time, I will then start to create chaos and drama around me in order to go and connect with people because that's how my brain is wired. Now, could I change it? Yes, probably. But the question is, why do you want to change your values? Now, here's what most people don't know. The reason why there are people out there who want to change their values is because they pedestal others and they look up to others. And they think that by living a life of others or by trying to be like somebody else, that their life is going to be better. And the truth is it won't be. All you're trying to do is run away from embracing your true greatness as an individual. If someone loves themselves and they get themselves and they know what their greatness is, or they live their values, they will be able to implement patterns of behavior that enhance their greatness. Now, if you got Michael Jordan and you said to him, you need to sit all day and play computer games, he'd probably lose his fucking mind. But if you got a gamer who could sit there all day long and play computer games, they would thrash Michael Jordan. Now, are there people out there who earn as much money as Michael Jordan did playing basketball as playing games? Yeah. It's just that they are different. They're different people. If you got the gamer to go and play basketball with Michael Jordan, they would probably last about 2 minutes, get an injury, hate the game, and want to give up. Now, that's how most people live when they're living outside of their values. If you have a look at the billionaire lists, there are so many different ways that people become billionaires. There are some in the tech industry that are programmers and they make billions. There are people in the tech industry that are good leaders and they make billions. There are people in the tech industry that are entrepreneurial and they make billions. There are people in the tech space that are more creatives and they make billions. There is no right or wrong way of making money, and there is no right or wrong way of succeeding in life. There are so many different ways it can happen. It's just that most people only look at certain individuals that aren't like them and say, maybe I need to be like them. And so they want to change their values and want to do something different or be different. But the truth is, you don't need to be anything different. You just need to be yourself. And your greatness is already wrapped up within you. It's just most people don't know what that looks like because they've never seen it before. And also, if you're unique and your greatness is unique, then it's hard to see what that looks like in the future. If you don't embrace who you really are, you'll only see it in other people. That's why your values are so important, because essentially they're your prioritization mechanism or a gating mechanism within your brain that allow you to see the world differently and allow you to behave and act differently. If you embrace that, you will become great at something. But if you don't embrace it and try to be like other people, you're always going to be a second-rate version of everybody else out there. And if you're seeing 20 different people and trying to be like them all, then you're going to be a second-rate version of all 20 of those people. You're essentially just going to be chasing your tail all the time. So in order to establish your personal success routine or your personal daily routine or your morning routine, you need to know your values, because your values will make sure that you start the day well. You need to find out what works for you because that's unique to you. And if you set your mornings up based on your values, you'll crush it in life. So you've got to find your own effective tools to help you to live your life the best way that you can, because life is short, so you might as well enjoy it. Most people waste their life, and I just don't want you to be one of them.